Hi, I'm Rhonda Masad, and today I have a very special guest, Alex Chehrazi, filmmaker out of Pointe Claire. All your films have been nominated, and Sam Hain was one that you produced last year in 2019. It won Best Horror Film, Best Fan Fiction. We are very proud of you in this community, and tell us about that. And then I want to move on to, I want to know what's going on with the movie industry right now. So talk to me
Okay.
about your wins.
Well, thank you for having me, first of all, Rhonda. It's always nice to chat with you. So basically, the wins was we had 4 festival nominations, and 2 out of the 4, one was recently in March in Cleveland, Ohio, and the first one was in North Carolina. This is back in October when we released the film. We got 2 awards there. So the one in Cleveland was Outstanding Fan Fiction, which was this year, and then the last year in North Carolina was Best Horror Film. So I was super happy with how it went.
Did the pandemic get in your way of getting you those awards, or was it before this?
No, luckily the pandemic had just started last week, or first week of March, and the festival was on the 28th, I believe, of February.
So
I flew.
Christmas, yes.
Yeah, so I remember I flew out, and already I started seeing, like, you go to the airport, you see staff with masks and everything, and I was like, okay, this is really serious. So thank God I was able to attend and accept my award literally the week it was happening. So I came back, and then a week later everything was shut down. So thank God for that.
Okay, so definitely. All right, so tell us, what do you know about what's going on with the movie industry with regards to the pandemic? Clearly, there's going to be a limited amount of filming.
Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, there have been several major Hollywood productions that started to go back into production recently. I know Jurassic World 3, the next Jurassic World picture, started resuming filming last year. So, everything's looking to be on course. Like the studios with they're still trying to make their schedule for next year, still trying to make those release dates. But the unfortunate thing is, as you've known, a lot of the films this year have suffered immensely because of that. They've been constantly pushed, and it's really unfortunate, as I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. Like, for example, we had Christopher Nolan's next big film, which is Tenet, which is supposed to come out, I believe, this week. Now it's got pushed to August, and that was pretty much one of the bigger, more anticipated films this year. But there's a high chance that might get pushed again because everything else just constantly gets pushed, and everything in 2021 is now being pushed till 2022. So it's like a domino effect, and it's very frustrating.
I wonder how people are going to not have. I guess we're going to all be watching old movies, or is there what is going to?
Okay, well, very good question. Here's the thing with that. I'm trying to comprehend that as well. Like, what's going on? Because theaters, the Guzzo and Cineplex, these chains, they've just recently opened, right? Mm-hmm. The thing. No new material to display. For example,
Alex, start over that question. There you go.
Okay. Better, yeah.
Yeah, now you just caught back up. So you were talking about the cinemas, Guzzo. What's happening there?
Yeah, so if they recently reopened, right? And if you take a look at their current lineup, it's all films that were in theaters. But most of those films are in now in digital, and you can stream them. So it's like, who's really going to pay, to go see these other films? Now, if the cinema industry, more the cinemas, the theaters, if that industry was not already on a downslope, then I would say, okay, they can survive for a little bit. But as you know, for the last 10 years or so, movie theater chains have been struggling to stay afloat, right? Because everybody's downloading and streaming and whatnot. And the only thing that's been keeping them afloat are the big IMAX showings, the IMAX, the AVX, everything 3D. That's what's been keeping the movie theaters afloat. But now they don't have that, right? So the big question is, why are these theaters opening now when these films keep getting pushed back? But the only reason these films keep getting pushed back is because, I don't mean to point the finger at the United States, but it's really because of the United States, because all these productions are Hollywood productions, right? So it would make no sense for them to halt any release in the States but release it in Canada, right? They're not going to make all their money back.
Right.
Right?
Right. I get it.
So that's why they keep postponing here, because I believe with Canada situation in contrast to the States and procedures and protocols, we're prepared, exactly, and that's why theaters are open now. So the question is, why not bring it to at least somewhere in North America or other parts of the world, and just maybe delay the release dates in the States? But it's not going to work like that.
No,
It's unfortunate.
too global. Like you can't pocket it. You can't keep
Ex-
Canada to itself.
exactly. And I'm going to tell you something. Me personally, just not just because I'm a filmmaker, but I love, as you know, I love cinema. Cinema's just the art form and everything. It's a part of me, as you know.
Right.
But for me, I've always been an avid supporter of going to the cinema, going to the theater, going to get that cinematic experience, going to sit down with the lights off and the surround sound and getting that experience, right? So I've always been against watching a movie on a phone, which I think is not doable. And there's people that do that stuff, and I'm not here to talk down about them. That's totally fine, but that's not me. And the cinema is like church. The cinema is my church, literally. Sounds silly. It's like
Cinema's your church. Just because you cut out for a bit, I'm repeating. Yes, cinema's your
yeah, exactly. Yeah, cinema is like church for me, literally, right? So having not been for so long, it's really been a frustrating thing. So, but all that being said, I've come to the point now where I don't even care in this particular moment, is what I'm saying, in this time. If these films that keep getting delayed, if there's a possibility, which there is, for them to be released digitally, directly at the disposal of your home, my home, that we can buy off of Apple TV or rent off of Apple TV for a full movie ticket price, I'm at a point where I don't even care anymore. I want to do that. I want to do that
You'll pay full Guzzo price to have it at home.
at this particular moment, because it's been too long, and it does not seem like, again, with all these constant delays. Whoops, I don't know if you see me there. Yeah, with all these constant delays, it's not going to be anytime soon that any of us are going to be going to the theater for any new theatrical release. So if the United States' situation with COVID just continues getting worse and worse and worse, what's going to happen? Are these movies just going to continue to get delayed? And you have to understand, from a studio perspective, right? They want to make the most money, which is normal, right? So for them to give us, like I was mentioning, Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan film, if they decided, okay, let's just release that directly on the streaming service, or for you to purchase at home, they're not okay with it, because a whole family of 4 just need to purchase that ticket one time, as opposed to all individual family members having to pay for a ticket. You know what I mean? To go see the film. So that's why they lose their money. And yeah, so the studios aren't going to do that, but there's more and more of the voice of the people, of the cinema goers. It's just getting louder and louder daily, and they're all pretty much on the same boat as me, where it's like, we don't even care anymore right now about getting that cinematic experience for certain films. We'll just take it directly.
You're such an addict that you're gonna eat, like, it's like you're wanting, like, just anything. Like if you're an eat-a-thon, you're gonna be like wanting to. You'll eat anywhere right now.
Exactly.
I'm a restaurant goer too. Like I'm a restaurant goer, but I'm like not willing to compromise the experience. But I found myself saying it like an hour ago, going, I want to go out for dinner.
100%.
I want to go and have that experience. I forgot about the experience. I didn't think I was married to that experience, but after, I guess, 4 or 5 months now, I'm like, wouldn't mind having a nice, beautiful dinner outside on a terrace. And
I agree.
Like at this point, okay, I'll take the distance. I'll take the plexiglass. I'll take my video of my movies at home. I'll just do anything.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And just off the top of my head, and more recently, there was the latest Halloween that was supposed to come out this year. There was even Top Gun. All these films, like, they're consistently getting pushed. And the new No Time to Die, the new James Bond film, which was pushed till November, there's a high chance that might get pushed till next year, right? So it's like, at this point,
Alex, it's killing you. We can agree it's killing you.
It's killing me and a lot of other people, but I guess, yeah, exactly.
Okay, you are a filmmaker. I'm looking to possibly find a solution. Maybe young filmmakers that are doing shorts or just not maybe necessarily Hollywood standards, but you're out there, you're making films that win awards. Can you not fill that gap for us?
Yeah, just with basically with how production's going now within the industry
Yeah, or
for
like for
the
you personally.
yeah. So I've been very very fortunate and lucky. I've been in pre-production for my upcoming short film since May, and we're looking to shoot at the end of August. So the dates are locked. Everything we got the approval from the Actors Union. We got everybody cast, the crew's cast. We're gonna follow, of course, safety protocol procedures. There's no problem with that. But I'm just thankful. I'm extremely thankful that it's still happening. I really thought it was going to get, it would have been a dream until next year, but we're going to shoot in about a month and a half time.
How many
And
people are you gonna have on set? Is that like?
the cast and crew, we're looking at, could be anywhere 16, 17 people at a time.
Okay, so you're allowed to gather 50 people, so you're okay.
We're okay, yeah. Like obviously we're gonna have to maneuver around. Like maybe when the crew's set up, they can take a step back. They can go outside and have our actors perform and do their thing. Not have everybody bunched in. Of course, we want to maintain security for everybody. But as far as I'm concerned, like I've been hearing, even with my colleagues and my peers in the industry, a lot of people aren't going into production this year, rightfully so. But even the indie scene, my scene, I had some friends who were slated to direct or produce some things, and it seems like they completely pulled the plug until next year for whatever reason. But I'm thankful that I'm still able to have this opportunity to shoot this year, and I'm super excited. And everybody's super excited to be able to do their craft and be happy, at least
And then do
for
like, produce and be creative.
exactly.
Because the part of this, there's always a financial element to this whole COVID thing, but the creativity that some of us work with is like boxed in. Like I can't go and interview you, and we can't stand at your like I'm not standing beside you is difficult. I can't have you in a chair next to me and we interview. Like everybody's creativity had to be morphed.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like at the end of the day, it might sound very, very, very corny, but at the end of the day, persistence and hard work and determination will get you what you want. And I'm thankful that everybody on that I have on board for this project is on the same page with that. So can't ask for more.
Be able to come by and show the viewers what you're doing when you're doing it, so everybody can see.
Yeah,
And you and I are
yeah,
gonna pass by and see you.
absolutely.
I'm also hoping that we will be able to stream your short at one point from your site to mine.
Sure. Yeah. Eventually. I mean, not right away. Of course, we always do our like. I'm all about having a successful festival run, and we have some time in between. But eventually, we could stream it. That would be a great idea. Yeah.
I think I'm going to stream Sam Hain. That's already been through an award-winning. Alan Blog puts on an award-winning film. I love it.
That would be. I'm not opposed to that.
All right. Before we close off, do you have
Yeah.
any idea what's happening with our sitcoms? Our I don't know, Will and Grace. I don't know. I think that was their last episode. Forget them. But like all the shows that I watch, like what's going on? Chicago PD. What the heck's going to happen? Do you have any idea what the TT is?
Yeah. So right. The thing is, like, I'm not an avid television viewer, and I don't follow it that much. So, but what I do know is that The Witcher, with starring Henry Cavill, it's a very popular Netflix show. They have a resume date for, I believe I have it written down here, the August of 17th of August. So they're resuming to film very shortly. So I would assume the other big Netflix entities and perhaps other more sitcoms and networked and televised stuff will resume around the same time, because the safety procedures are there. Like I had previously mentioned, Jurassic World has already resumed production. So things are slowly coming back into play.
I mean, let's face it, they want to race to the finish line too because they want to get their revenue.
Of course. I mean, the studios are losing so much money right now. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, my love. Thank you so much. What a great interview. We love.
Yeah. Thanks.
And
thanks for having me again.
We're happy to have you on, and we're going to be looking forward to what you're going to produce.
Yeah, sounds good, and I'll be happy to share that with you, down the line when it comes down to it.
As it comes out. All right, that was Alex Chehrazi, filmmaker out of Pointe Claire, an award-winning filmmaker, I must add. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Alex.
Bye.
Bye.